right. I just had a morning where this is not uncommon for me. I'm human too. I had a morning where, well, first of all, yesterday I had these feelings about what am I doing? I should just give up and go get a job, a real job. And that happens to me sometimes, especially around like money scarcity. I just invested in some things that started freaking me out. It's just my human reaction to like my natural human existence of what am I doing? Can I do this? Should I be doing this? Am I worthy? And I kind of worked through that yesterday. I got some good coaching and just let myself do nothing. And I thought I was through it. So this is referencing my personal experience, which is now past deep emotional post-abortion healing and moving into like, what am I doing with my life? What am I creating? How am I using this life I chose in the way that I want to? For some of you, you have days where you wake up, or you have days where you question your abortion, you what if, you replay, you think about how is this abortion different than that abortion? And then you think you get through it and you wake up the next morning feeling like shit. So just because my particular life circumstances are different now, we're both human and we're both working through stuff. So I woke up this morning and I felt like, again, like just really heavy. I am an overwhelming failure and I should just walk away and concede to like a boring, unpurposeful, whatever existence. It doesn't even make sense. So, and you know that, right? Like, you know that place in your brain where you're like, I know what I'm thinking doesn't make sense, but it feels so real and true. So what I decided to do with that feeling this morning is get out my journal. I get a lot of coaching in my life and I have a lot of great conversations with other coaches. So I actually sit down pen to paper less than I would like to admit. Like, I wish I did it every day because it's fucking powerful, but I don't. So this morning I got out my journal and I just started with what I call like a brain dump or a thought download. And I just started, it's not in front of me, but I just started dumping like all my thoughts. I've been wasting my time. What am I doing? I should give up. Just like anything that felt true and real in my brain. And I dropped it all with no judgment. I just let it be on the paper, like getting it out of the headspace. It was taking up headspace in my brain. So when I write it down, I get it out and there's more space in my brain again. So for someone who's watching this video post-processing abortion, it might be more like, I'm a bad person, I'm a bad mom, I shouldn't have done that, I should have known better, I know it was right, but I feel really sad. Why do I feel sad? It may be like a whole, like, I hate myself, I hate him, whatever it is, like whatever comes out. So for me, in my situation this morning, which was not specific to abortion, but specific to my life after abortion, the life I chose for, I got through all that and like, the more I dumped it out, the less there was to dump, right? And so my brain just naturally started shifting to, okay, well, now that all that is out and acknowledged and seen, what else might be possible? And that's when I moved on to thoughts like, maybe I am making a difference. Maybe I can't always see where it's working. I still want to keep going. Just kind of like possibility thoughts, not positive, not negative, just like, but not really neutral either. Could be neutral, but kind of like, okay, what other way could I look at this? What else is possible? So step one was dump out all the grossness. It felt like grossness, right? Step two was like, okay, like what's the middle ground here? What's the gray area? And as I did that, my brain just started naturally shifting to like, I'm actually pretty lucky. I have a lot to celebrate. I've made a big difference. What I'm doing already is working, right? Like all this stuff. And then it naturally started moving to like, oh my gosh, this is only the beginning. I have so much more to do. I have so much more to share. And I didn't force myself from one stage to the next. So like in really basic terms, it's like drop the negative, drop the positive and negative, like kind of that combo of possibility, and then drop the positive. And it wasn't like, okay, time to move on. It was just this natural flow of getting the ick out, shifting my perspective, and then moving into what's possible, but like in the exciting future way, in the way that was like, wow, it's amazing that I get to do this. It's amazing what I've already done. There's so much more is possible. Like I'm barely getting started. And I finished that and I was like, I feel like a totally different person. And then I went and edited today's podcast, which is with Kristen Portney. Definitely go listen to it. Episode 168, I think. One of my favorites yet. Every time I'm like, this is my favorite podcast yet. So amazing, amazing, amazing. And I just find it so notable and so powerful that yes, we can hire coaches. Yes, we can get therapy. When we do those things, it makes these self-coaching exercises much easier and more possible. But sometimes I lie to myself and think like, it's a lot of work to grow, to heal, to feel better. It's, it's an investment in time and money to pay people to help you figure this shit out. And that is true. I do think I've invested a lot of money in my mental health, and it shows when I sit down with my journal and I'm able to have such an immense transformation in like 20 minutes. But we can do this I did this without paying anyone for a very long time. And I think we underestimate how much power we have with a pen, a hair tie, with a pen and a piece of paper. So I moved on after my transformation to edit today's podcast, which I said was with Kristen Portney. And I was like mind blown by how good that episode is. I was thinking about who would I be if I had found this episode after my abortion almost 6 years ago. How would the trajectory of my life have changed if I'd found that episode 6 years ago? It's like, I can't even comprehend because it wasn't my experience. Like, it just wasn't. I wasn't hearing people talk the way Kristen and I talk. I didn't know where to look to find that. And so I have 167 episodes published and more recorded. It's amazing what you can do with a pen and paper. Don't get me wrong. I would love to help you. I would love to coach you. Being in a 12-week container with one of my clients is like my favorite thing in the world. But you can do this. Get your pen, get your paper, and dig in. Like, let it take as long as it needs to take. Be with it as long as it takes. You are worth it. It is worth it. And what you will learn along the way is going to change your life. So that's my video for you today. I just fucking love what I do. I love that I've created this life. I love that I can feel so different right now than I did when I woke up this morning. And I want that for you. I want that for you.